Here's to hoping you can hear me now. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry about the mess. Yeah. God kväll, says Alkolner. Hello, hello. Yeah, I think it's sorted now. Could have been an awkward cast for the first few minutes if I didn't think to check it. But here we are, good to go. Welcome to the final of... Well, I didn't put it here, so let's put that in the overlay as well. 3v3 fighters, 1250 to 1500 final. We have Battle of Africa to Arabia, the designated Arabia map for this tournament. And looks like the real hot soup here has the dream map for Frank's pocket here. Look at this, good wall here. It's a bit greedy, but it's also manageable. And here between the woodlands, and he has his own freaking hideout in the pocket position here. That's a map win if I've ever seen any. It seems a lot more close-able than Badrikul's side on the other hand here. Hopefully he'll scout the corner as the game moves on. But yeah, much more open on the opposing pocket here. Since it's a best of 7, we don't have enough civilizations for a full best of 7 without redrafting or anything. So this is Hidden Civ free pick for the first Battle of Africa to Arabia map. And then after that, or if they didn't already, they will draft 36 civs, no bans, 36 civs to play for the remaining 6 maps they've been picking. So, Frank's try-hard pocket here for the real hot soup, while the teammates are with Mayans in the grey here for the pet, and DCC244 has gone with the Britain's classic flanks, and Frank's combination here with the LGAs of concern here. True try-hard picking here. Britain's faster working archery ranges as a team bonus, and Mayans with the cheaper archers throughout the ages means that they have an almost unbeatable flank combo on the sides here. But guess what? The Sniper and Luxman also have the Britons and Mayans, so no significant advantage here. That's the downside of Hidden Civ free pick, but also makes it a lot more fair. But surprisingly enough, Badrikul has gone with the Persian's pocket here. So we'll have an arguably weaker economy to start it off with Persians here, since Franks have the berry picking bonus. Persians start with 50 extra wood and food, but that's about it for the Dark Age bonus. But in the feudal age onwards, Persians town centers work 10, 15 and 20% more quickly, so they will get an amazing boom going later. Not to mention that they have access to fully upgraded heavy camo and fully upgraded paladins, which means that they can contest the Franks with heavy camels if need be. Or also the Persians knights, actually the team bonus of Persians is that knights gain +2 attack against archers. So not the worst pocket, I guess, in this combination here, when you have 2 very strong flanks where you'll need to utilize the cavalry to the best of their potential. Breaking the rhinos here, we had a talk about the civilizations. Here comes the barracks for Luxman here. It's going for the pre-mill drush with the Mayans. And we'll look to do some early damage here on DCC's side. Already has been scouting here. Could even, if it didn't, I guess he ran into TC fire here and lost some HP on the Eagle. Could have lamed the Eagle. I don't think he's going to attempt it now with a weak Eagle. But he could still hang around and block the lure of DCC, and that's exactly what is why he left. He left. Could have blocked this one and even sniped the villager if the villager doesn't fight back instantly. But we're gonna see the pre-mill rush here. 3 militia will be good, most likely, by Luxman here. Didn't actually take the 10 extra gold yet, but it's on the way. So how's that scout so weak? What happened here? Surely the Eagle didn't do that much damage to the scout. It's 4 attack to 3, so I guess... No, wait, it's 5 total for the scout. And see... yeah, anyway. Looks like they had the scouts run in here. Blue hasn't been scouting anything else, and but does kind of suspect that a pre-mill rush might be coming here. The score could be a tell as well, because you will have more scouting early on if you're going for the pre-mill rush. So good preemptive walling here from Blue. Let's have a look at the other sides here, if it's the same approach. The sniper trying to snag some sheep here, and Lepet trying to stop that from happening. Will succeed in doing so, but also idling 2 villagers on the way. And yeah, really quite a bit of idle time here for Lepet. But then again, might start with 1 extra villager to begin with, so maybe that's not a disaster. The sniper not going for any infantry aggression here, going to go just straight for the archers, which is quite common in team games. While Luxman has been sneaking around here, not showing the militia at all. Did see the small walls around the barracks, and DCC just small walling everything here now, dropping the barracks as well. And once a few lage kicks in, DCC will have the Britain's archers to defend this early rush. Still an annoyance to be dealt with, pounding away at palisade walls like this, but nothing too crazy. It's just calls for some repairs, and if you're paying attention, you'll be able to quickly repair this palisade, no problem. 20 pop up for Badri, cool with the Persians, no surprise there, going for the scouts. And Real Hot Soup, I didn't catch the uptime, but might have been 1 population more here. They're both obviously going to queue the scouts here. Scouts, archers, pretty much the standard meta for open map team games. While on the top side here, the pet has the barracks up. Did not go for any infantry aggression, I think, either. Not too sure, maybe I missed something here. Barracks getting slightly delayed for the sniper here, but yeah, okay, it's actually significantly delayed here. This is going to delay the first few archers here, so getting a head start to the archers production for the other team potentially here. Ranged blacksmith for DCC 244 here wants to rush that fletching 4 on gold. And yeah, will produce 20% faster, so we should easily be able to clean up the militia now. That I don't think that would drain that too significant, repairing the palisades like that. But the sniper did lose 2 villagers though. Maybe it was some kind of early action here that I missed. Could have been the scouts as well from the Real Hot Soup here causing some issues. First archer result, fetching is in as well, and DCC will scare the militia away. While Luxman could just now move on to the middle here to hit the pocket a little bit here, but I don't... Yeah, I guess he could hit the berries. We'll see what he does. Then again, these militia, they are about to become men-at-arms, and men-at-arms could also more easily break through the walls here and deal some continued damage. Here comes the Eagle Warrior to attack the archer from behind. He could task the men-at-arms close to this archer again. Yeah, he's gonna lose the eagle, I think. So what's the scout situation here? We have comparable amount of scouts. 1 more for the Persians actually, which evens out the fact that Franks get more hit points total. 1 kill for the scouts here, so definitely some damage done by the green player here. Wait a second. Second barracks for Luxman here. He's gonna go for the eagles. Is he actually going for eagles in the 3v3 team game here in the Castle Age? Drush FC Eagles. That is unconventional, and I like it. Top side, big scout fight here. No archers to reinforce either side here. However, the 2 ranges here of the sniper producing somewhat consistently here, and the 8 archers are out. Did go for a bit of speared man defense just in case here as well. While the pockets are tracking each other's armies pretty effectively here. Looks like the scouts count is comparable, but there goes 1 for Badrikul. Is falling behind here with the Persians now, but is fully walled at home, or about to become fully walled. Very compact walling here, minimizing the villager idle time, and could be that the Persians with the 10% faster working TC will contest and beat the Franks to death. Look at the villager count here, that's some presumably some very low idle TC time here for Badrikul and the faster working villagers. That stacks up, so Badrikul actually has a 4 villagers lead here now. Look at this guy! Luxman with the forward tower. Now he's playing the Lux style flank here with the Mayans. He's going to lose the villagers to Lion though, potentially here. It's a beautiful hidden tower here. Blue can't see it going up, but... Alright, saved by the bell, I guess we could say. And yeah, surprise for Blue. Not a huge disaster though. Blue has the main gold over here and is about to wall this side here, so shouldn't be too much of a concern. Also with some archers aggression at Luxman's side here. Could be that Blue's also scouted the additional barrack here. So there's 2 barracks for Blue now. Certainly an indication that Eagles are to come. Eagle warriors against Feudal Age archers. Maybe it will work. Top side here, a bit of a 2 vs 2 situation, but red with way more archers than grey here, as orange comes in to join the fun and focus down these archers. Good engagement by ninja warriors here. They're going to win this fight nice and easy, I think. I get this tower up with this 5 HP villager. Are you kidding me? And also 7 Eagle Scouts and counting for Luxman here, who is not really close to the cast edge here. I guess he could even use he used the Feudal Eagles to clean up the archers over here. So Eagles investment revealed here now, but I guess Blue saw it coming as well with the 2 ranges here. It's not a bad call against Britons at all, because if this develops into a 1 vs 1 on this side, DCC will have to rely on Castle Age crossbows here in mass, I think, to deal with the Eagles. And it does have 13 archers, keeping them close to home. Somehow this tower went up and that villager is just ridiculously weak. So good one on Luxman there to get that tower up. Good interior tower in this area as well. Castle Age is on the way here for Badrikul in the pocket and Luxman in the Mayans flank here. So it looks like Ninja Warriors are establishing an what should we say, a progress lead in towards the next ages here. Chunk of the snipers archers over here as well. Looks like these scouts have kind of cancelled each other out here. Frank's player actually behind the Persians as suspected here, because the Persians have that faster working TC, and I guess Badrikul's focus will be on the top side here to cripple the Mayans. Technically I'd say the Mayans are scarier than Britons. They just have such strong economy, and it would make sense to try and punish that. You can see that the sniper with the Britons is behind by a significant chunk to Lepet here with the Mayans. But eventually in the Castle Age, of course, the Britons' red archers here will have 1 more range than the Mayans, which could be exploited to their advantage. Second TC immediately for Badrikul here on the main gold and the woodline to boost the income and extend the boom as well. 22 farms, more than enough to keep at least 2 stables producing, but we have 3 stables here just to be on the plus side with production here. Are we actually going to see a doubling with Eagles and Knights here now? We do have the Castle Age in, Eagle Warrior coming in, lacking the Castle Age upgrades rather here. I guess you could use the, I don't know. It's an interesting approach to go for Eagle Warriors and Knights together in 3 TCs for the real hot soup. There's hope yet for the green player to compensate here and catch up with the Persians in terms of economy, but currently it's 44 villagers to 40, so we're gonna need those 3 TCs to kick in, and being later to the Castle Stage, the real hot soup is also behind in the Knights production. They do have the same upgrades though. Eagle's lacking that second armor, but it is on the way. But that certainly hurts Luxman a bit here, trying to break in through the weak palisade here. We'll see how the defensive potential is for DCC 244 here. Forward Siege Workshop now for Luxman to add some Scorpions, add a Ram maybe to break through, and he's just going to keep the Britons at home here. Nice and simple. And where are the Pocket Knights? They are about to gang up with the sniper on this side, or rather to help defend while the sniper is trying to reach Cast Age here and get to the Britons' Cast Age range bonus for now. Wait, they break through actually, so Lepet now free to move in, and the sniper will have to be very careful now to preserve the gold villagers. Gonna lose a few here now. 6 villagers down for the sniper so far, and good engagement by Lepet here on the red player's side. University going down for an early ballistics here for DCC-244, going to be important as well to try and pick off eagles from a distance here with the knights. The real soup with a stray knight over here, that's going to die to the eagles in fact. 4 red ones for Eben, and the Luxman is just going all in on the left side flank here. That's entertaining to see. Maybe it's Harry in the clown or something. There's crossbow for the Britons, Bodkin just about to kick in as well, but Bodkin or not, Britons match the range once they have crossbow in, and some nice engagement from Badrikul here, going to cripple the, or diminish the Mayans crossbow numbers quite significantly here. 3 ranges working for the Mayans, no ranges currently working for the sniper as the economy has been compromised a bit here. Securing some additional gold for Lepet here as well. Lepet is going to commit to the crossbows, as we can see. No eagles for Lepet. That's Luxman's thing over here. More towers! Is this Lux in disguise or what? Effectively denying another woodline here. It's actually only one safe, albeit a large woodline here for DCC-244. Not looking too pretty for LGAs of concern currently, although they do have the economy and build 3D, but they are under heavy pressure. Cavalry numbers from the pockets is of significance here as well. The Persians player with eco and military numbers lead over the Franks pocket, even with only 2 TCs, but the Persians town centers work faster, so that certainly helps the efforts, and if you keep the idle town center time lower as well, which is the case here, Badrikul will of course keep a villager lead. Ballistics coming in for the Britons here will have an easier time sniping enemy cavalry and even potential eagles, as we see a bit of a 2 versus 1 situation on Lepet here now, because Luxman is doing a good job at keeping DCC at home. He doesn't need to worry about anything crazy here. I see the cast went up mainly to protect the gold maybe and the farm eco, but certainly opens for the possibility of going plumed archers for the Mayans long term as well. Essentially the Mayans equivalent of a cavalry archer in terms of mobility. Pocket forces could have been even here in this fight, but green is out of position, and Badrikul gets quite a few nice pick-offs here. Here comes Lepetto. They might have a little bit of a choke maneuver here, and Badrikul will lose precious cavalry numbers, still keeping a decent lead over the green player here, but they're both very consistent with the production, so nothing game-changing in the numbers taken by the cavalry fights for now. Crossbow numbers are a bit of a more of a concern though. The sniper with 10 crossbows and 3 times as many for Lepet here. They might very well be able to push back here now with the combination of crossbows and cavalry, but they need to coordinate and stay together for that to work as well. So we'll tap down here. DCC with the crossbows defending nicely at home here. I guess LGAs are stabilizing again here now, but see, look at the economies extending here as well. It's now a total of 8 town centers for Ninja Warriors. They will be catching up in villagers if they keep this up, I think. He's outside of the walls here for the sniper, but securing woodland, keeping the TCs compact as well, makes it harder for crossbows to deal proper damage here. TC number 4 for the real hot soup here on the stone, so a long-term plan for some castles, presumably here. 3 villagers behind the Persians now, nothing too crazy of course. Looks like the production is about similar here though, but LG Ace now with a massive military lead here. 40 more military than Ninja Warriors. Total population also about 40-50 ahead here. And looks like this is where the big 2 vs 2 is going to develop here. Luxman has pulled the armies over as well though, but will 15 Eagle Warriors here be enough to upset the fights? I don't think so. The Frank's Knights, quite a bit of them are weakened, but that's the case for Badrikul as well. Not too sure about this fight, but I like how Ninja Warriors are coordinating all 3 armies here. They have collected almost 60 military here now. Yeah, so some huge army numbers collecting here. Here comes DCC to even out the fight as well. Means that the LGAs will have the better numbers if they all congregate over here, so to speak. Big fights taking out the reinforcements here. We look at the Imperial Age transitions here as well. We do have the Persians going in here for LJs, which is going to be a huge advantage against the Franks. However, with both flanks going up to the Imperial Age for LJs concerned, that means a lot of potential Arbalists here from the Britons and Alliance as well. And Arbalists Bracer, they should shred Castle Age Eagle Warriors, no problem. No production, no reinforcement by Luxman here now. Might want to consider going into a ranged unit again. Does have the castle, so could try and mass up some blue archers or just transition into ranges and pump out archers crossbows here. Big fight here in the middle though. Defensive castle for Badrikul here as well. I guess that kind of covers. Yeah, covers the woodland and some farming. Imperial Age is in, which means that those 35 knights, they will get plate guarding armor, become cavalier, and eventually maybe even paladin. And again, the Persians knights line get +2 attack against archers, so they are no joke. But as we see, LJs of concern tripling their efforts here to deal damage to the sniper here, who's been taking the most of the beat in this game. 8 villagers lost. And this crossbow mass, it's all going to be shredded by the real hot soup and the collected armies of Ninja Warriors here, unless the sniper's teammates come to his aid immediately here. And of course, Badrikul doesn't want to take the fight. He has Cavalier on the way. Well, actually doesn't have Cavalier on the way. What's going on here? Couldn't afford Cavalier instantly. Must have been because of general production here. Wants numbers and upgrades, blacksmith upgrades over the actual Cavalier upgrade here, but it's going to be up against Arbalists here, so he'll need those Cavalier as well for the extra attack and maybe not extra hit points. The real hot soup now, spreading out the knights everywhere here, crippling the sniper at home base while on the way to the Imperial Age. This is fantastic timing for the raiding here for the sniper. Going to get lots of villagers here and idle so much on the economy of the sniper. And this tripling of the home base of the Britons is just great. It's going to be rough to recover from now. And meanwhile, the south side here, taking advantage of the fact that Luxman has the Eagles, has had the Eagles somewhere else and doesn't really have a lot of army at home. DCC starts pushing with Arbalists and Trebs on this side as well. So this defensive castle won't be living long, as Luxman just now clicked the Imperial Age. The sniper also just clicked or halfway to the Imperial Age here. Cavalier finally kicking in for Badrikul here, so that's still a significant advantage against the Franks numbers here. But there's chivalry for the real hot soup, which means that the real hot soup, if the eco is on point here, will be able to 52 of food. Wow. The eco is on point, will be able to produce 40% faster from the stables, and with enough stables should be able to catch up with the Persian numbers. Paladin on the way from Badrikul though, that is no joke. The Ninja Warriors, however, far behind in actual numbers. 155 military to 53. They are triple the military numbers of LGA, so concerned. You know, I bet they have a pretty darn decent KD situation here. Yeah, left head, at least on the positive side here. Defensive castle of Luxman is down, so once DCC breaks in here, that's going to be devastating damage to Luxman's home economy. Didn't even have a university, is scrambling up the ranges here now. Might actually be thinking about skirmish defense at this point. But it feels like it's a bit too late. The army domination is in LGA, so concern this hand. Maybe Paladin can turn that around for Badrikul, we'll see. But not too convinced about that. Let's see, because there's still shit ton of arbs here. Almost 100 arbalesters here against 44 Persian Paladins, and there's also kind of a choke point over here. The Badrikul just needs to dive now, I think. If he gets a good surround, this could switch things up a bit, but it feels like it's not enough. Frank's the real hot soup with Paladins in here as well. I don't see any addition here. The last armor on the way for both the flanks here of LGS concern, but they will be losing significant numbers here. Yes, that Paladin math did alright, did shred most of the blue arbalest here, but look at the numbers compared to Ninja Warriors here. Again, its LGAs are with twice the military and more of the other team. Look at Britain's range. It's a 6+4 range. Well, I'm saying of Britain, that's Mayans, but still, it's 5+2 range. Could hit the Paladins from a far distance. Britons should have 5+5 at least now, maybe even 5+6 with the Omen, but the another castle now going up for DCC. Luxman had some amazing feud and castle age aggression here, but now it's backfiring here. The Arbalest, Paladin, or Knight Archer, Scout Archer meta is just too strong here. 3 Trebs for the Britons and a decent chunk of Arbalests, and Luxman basically out of the picture here. LGAs of concern take the first game. Let's have a look at the stats and see what they bring us for the next game. See the Paladin timing here. Very, very decent number of Paladins for Badrikul, but not enough to clean up 2.5 as many Arbalesters. Amazing KD as well, 169, 1 to 99. Badrikul did a very decent pocket here, but the overall army masses of LGA is concern, and the when and where to take the fights just seemed more on point for the other team here. So I've shown you the Civ draft, but sadly that is bugged, or the link doesn't work for me. So I'll just have to speak as we go here. But let's find the second game. Need to move down here to find game 2. That's 5. 3. That's so random. Why this order? 4. Is that 2? Yeah, it was game 2. Desert Void for game 2. Nice. It's such a fun map to cast because players have such different approaches. Nice. Let me switch Badrikul to orange here for clarity of vision here. The score stands, so it seems they have the same Same host here, which is good. Keeps some consistency. Alright, as you can see, it's basically do-it-yourself hideout here. The woodland spawned close to your TC, but there's nothing. There's a void, except for some 2-tile stone patches randomly spawning across the map. There's nothing. So if your base and walls get breached, good luck recovering. You don't have anywhere to go. You'll essentially be at risk of being defeated. Of course, you could flee to your pocket and steal their resources, but yeah, easier said than done. Let's have a look at the Sibs here. And beginning with the Ninja Warriors, we have Badrikul with the Khmer pocket here. We'll probably just wall off everything and go straight Castle Age, pump out some Knights maybe even Siege Push with a sneak forward Builder. But most likely playing a very fast Castle Knights here. It's easy to push in the hunt here to take the Rhinos that also provide a bit extra food compared to Boars. To the right hand side we have Luxman here with Incas, who probably wants to play the same annoying style as the previous one. But towers, not really an easy option here. You'd have to scout the stone and actually this spot isn't too bad for Luxman here, but since all the stones are out on the map, they're still always going to be exposed to scouts, archers, whatever army composition the opponent has. So maybe Luxman wants to play the range here instead, play archers. Incas have fully upgraded arbalests, so you could definitely, well, go with them as well. Malay to the left side for the sniper here. One of Malay's civilization bonuses is going through the ages, after the ages 66% faster, so that's certainly something they will use to their advantage for crossbow or blessed power spikes maybe, or just you could even play monks with a Malay. Monk rush, certainly an option on Desert Void, because you just know that your opponent won't have collected stone for a defensive castle. It rarely happens on this map. As for LGAs are concerned here, we have DCZ244 with the Saracens here. Gonna break through enemy walls with the archers with extra bonus against buildings, and could also use the market for the advantage here. Probably one of the reasons for Saracens here is the market bonus, because you'll eventually need to trade resources on this map if it goes to the long game and players get trade running. And then it's just to trade gold left, and if you have better market rates like the Saracens, that could yeah, make the difference in the very, very late game. The real hot soup now with the Burgundians pockets here. Remember, they've been picking civilizations for 6 maps total, so that's a total of 18 civilizations for each team. So they have to go a bit creative on the pockets, but Burgundians obviously a solid one. Very good on closed maps, and this map is easily closed. So getting those eco upgrades nice and early for the Burgundians will do them good favors for the late game here. Oh, villager snipe by Luxman over here. Nice one. That's the first kill of the game by the looks of it. Will be losing the Eagle Scout potentially here as a result of the engagement though. Lepet here with the Britons, because it's been draft, right? So Britons, also a fantastic pick for this map because of the Britons crossbow arbalest extra range. As you chop down the woodlines, you'll be less and less safe to the range of the Britons with 5+5 range. Anything should be rangeable. So good pick, for sure. Like we have some engagement over here as well, scouts fight, but very close to DCC's TC. Is he gonna wall it out? Oh, nice block! Yeah, I think that scout's dead. It's about the most exciting thing happening on the map currently, so we'll just follow the scouts fight here until the players go up here. What's the situation for the Khmer here? Badrikul going up at 24 population, definitely suggesting a potential switch. Oh, didn't get the scout, didn't commit! I mean, it's not a Nothing bad about that. You want to preserve scout HP, especially if you want to use it to reinforce any forward, whether it be archers or men-at-arms or whatever. But could also be just straight fast castle here for DCC 244 as well. 24 pop, certainly manageable with the Saracens, but here comes the barracks, so I guess it's going to be the range, the archers into crossbows play for DCC here. And look at Luxman, he has found the stone. He was scouting the back here earlier. He is going for the tower rush. No joke, you could deny all the woodlands here almost with towers at the proper places. Good to call over the reload soup to place the lumber cap. It's going to be inefficient long term, but it's also outside of any tower's danger, I think, save from maybe this villager. We have the food lages kicking in. Here comes the market. Surprise, surprise for DCC market range. In fact, so this could be fast castle. You need to sell the stone and buy the food. And this place, this map, it certainly favors one town center play. So you might as well just sell that starting stone as well to get that. Look at the gold here, 8 on gold for DCC. He's got to go straight to castle age here. See for the Khmer as well, once that field age kicks in at 26 pop in the end here, or is there any army maybe? No. See that food bar, that's the only thing missing for the cast age kick for Luxman here, so he's just going to force drop some food probably, and then Luxman, I said I meant Badrikul. Just going to wait for the food to kick in here and then go to the next stage. It's actually queuing a few more villagers, but I think it's going to be cast age soon enough. There's that click for DCC 244. Now going to start massing up the archers, pump out the crossbows, and contest the melee over here. Who will potentially. Now there's too few farms here for the sniper. I think the sniper is going to try for some feudal age aggression here. 3 on gold, 3 farms. Could be dangerous with Saracen's crossbows entering here, but now to Luxman's side. The tower rush is in effect. Here comes another tower on the woodland down here. I'm not loving that placement. Is hiding it away, yes. But it would be ranging the builders a lot better over here. Starting scouts of grey and blue trying to stop this tower from happening. But that is going to complete. Here's the Eagle Scout. He's going to die 100% here, but at least distracting the enemy scouts while on it. Alright, so actually going for the first time I've seen a tower rush on this map. The stone is very exposed, so if this is discovered by, let's say, the reload soup with the Burgundians here, then the reload soup could just send a couple of knights or cavaliers over here, and these villagers are dead meat. But that stone is about to be depleted. Let's have a look at red scouting here. Has found another stone as well, so could move over there to make more towers, even a castle eventually. And the reason for Incas to do this is that Incas have a discount on all buildings requiring stone. So town centers, towers, and castles cost a little bit less stone for the Incas. I think it's like 15% less or something, but I don't quite remember. Rangers going up for the Britons here as well. As another tower goes up on the woodlands here. If Luxman keeps this up, Luxman is going to deny all of the woodlands here with towers eventually as the woodlands get chopped further inwards. I wonder if with fletching that this tower, well, he doesn't have fletching, but with fletching might be able to reach the berries here as well. Badrikul going into a bit of a boom here, actually not making a lot of military yet, just one stable knight here should definitely... Yeah, where is he gonna join? Maybe help clean up the scouts here, or just try and hit the enemy pocket. Green is double stables here, so the reload soup is going to pump out more knights here than Badrikul for the time being. And it is the Burgundians here, so early cavalier might be an option here as well. Looks like the game plan for Ninja Warriors here is to have Luxman do the 1v1 thing on this side, keep that side busy, so they can double up on the Saracens here. Castlage is in for DCC, but no crossbow yet. Did go for numbers over upgrades and the economic upgrades as well. Burgundy's Knights out on the field here. Cavalier coming right away here to stable, so you could still pump out Knights while researching the 50% discounted Cavalier on the other side. All stable technologies for the Burgundians get 50% discount, so it's cheaper to get to Husbandry, to Cavalier, Paladin even. Oh, Luxman, the lamer boy here, even stonewalling in the side gold from the Britain's player here. So, I mean, it's not. Main goal isn't going to run out anytime soon for the Britons here. Found a new stone mine as well, by the way. Fletching on the way, that's going to have the towers reach. Here, is it? Reaches the house. Could reach the villagers as well. One woodland left though, and that needs to be denied of the Britons here to really cripple the archers' crossbow production. The pet did make it to Castle Age here, did place the production buildings in a clever way here to maybe suspected the towers from the Incas actually. So here's the downside of Burgundy's pocket and rushing the Cavalier upgrade in the meantime, since Cavalier admittedly takes 1.5 minutes or so to research. The Badrikul has been adding another stable and pumping out Knights consistently, so Badrikul now has more Knights than the Burgundians. They do have equal upgrades, so Badrikul will need to get another attack upgrade here to compensate for the Cavalier extra attack here. The hit points otherwise should be the same. I guess Badrikul has the numbers here though. The real soup breaking through together with Lepets here, wanting to punish Incas at home base here now. Not quite succeeding yet, walling in towards the TC. Very good move here as Ninja Warriors aren't by any means freaking out. Luxman taking a beating here, but I think that this is enough Knights. Badrikul really wants that +2 defense before engaging though, otherwise it's going to lose Knights easily, even to small masses of crossbows. So that's the reason he's not engaging here in a seemingly good numbers here, and that's a lot of idle time cost on Indus's, Luxman's side here. Indus, that's the clan, he's an Indian player. Saracens crossbow numbers growing increasingly scary here now. We have 3 villagers lost for DCC, so must have taken a hit here at some point. But in terms of pure army numbers, it's a better production, better numbers here for DCC. Looks like the sniper deleted the foundation here to get inside home base, but it's not going to make a huge difference anyway. This mass of crossbows of the Saracens will easily break through buildings' foundations anyway. Looks like a forward siege workshop could be in the planning as well, 2 for villagers. Nah, maybe it's just the TC gathering point malfunction. Defensive castle for Luxman. Actually able to get the defensive castle up because of the stone investment going into forward towers here. Defensive monastery even to keep the Knights out. Luxman is just going to weather the storm here and try to survive and allow the teammates to counter-attack here, but doesn't look too pretty for the red player currently. Looks like blue actually pulled back here, maybe scared of the crossbow blast. 2 more ranges going up for the sniper here. Cool is running away here, but he's running away because he's waiting for the second attack upgrade to kick in, and because there are crossbows here to reinforce the army master. There you can get some sneak hits in on the cavaliers here before the crossbows add up. There's a problem this 2 vs 1 situation here, even with full upgrades on the knights. This is a fight that Cool loses due to sheer numbers and the hit and run advantage of the range of LJs of concern here. Four towers from Luxman here, forcing a reaction. I'd love to see guard tower from Luxman here eventually. Second TC is being prioritized here, but if you get guard tower, then the mangonels will struggle a lot more taking them out. Looks like this tower is going down low, and yeah, Pet should push this away without any huge issues. Does he see this tower going up though? It's not exactly hidden from Grace's point of view here. Could even rush villagers now to task this, but now in the castle age with the upgrades in for the Incas, at least if you get them. Incas will benefit from blacksmith upgrades as well. So that's one that Luxman should consider here. Third TC going up as well, so going to compensate for the weak economy through tower investments by going for 3,000 desert hope here, making good use of the stone that's being collected. Elephants in defense here now for Cool. I like that because the Khmer elephants, they are tanky. They will tank a lot more crossbow fire than the knights. And since you're not overly dependent on the mobility here with the elephants when fighting at home, you'll be able to withstand a lot more cavalier hits and crossbow hits here while you're pulling the knights back home. Looks like Cool, yes, taking some equal losses here, but has been triple TC booming as well. So not necessarily a disaster to lose the numbers here. The overall cavalry numbers for Pocket is in favor of the Real Super here, however. Yeah, it looks like LJs are pushing nicely here. This is Ninja Warriors home map, so Ninja Warriors certainly have reason for concern here now. But the Saracens crossbows, they're going to take out Villaging's production potential here, making it harder for Cypher to mass and match the numbers here. 29 to 21, currently 38 total for the Saracens. And with the Saracens market, you can just keep, let's see if we actually, yeah, look at the buy-sell ratio here of these. Really been using the market extensively here to afford units production. See, consistent flow of Cavalier just running into Cool's base here as well, restricting any Khmer boom and advancement here, forcing more military here. Guard tower coming in for Luxman, so that is going to at least up the damage of the remaining forward towers here, but looks like Lepet has been able to clean those up as well. I guess one way out for them for the Malay here would be to try and mass up crossbows and get to the Imperial Age here, but as you can see, the food count isn't really anywhere close for the sniper here to use that faster age transition advantage. A little bit of pocket cavalry here, just sending a few cavaliers over here as well to tank crossbow fire or simply to raid maybe. Greens everywhere. The reload soup is really putting up a show as Pocket again here. Is raiding left, right. It's everywhere. It's all in all three enemy bases here, and that has to be said about Desert Void, by the way. It's a map with fixed spawns, so you know that your opposing flank will always be to your side like this and like this. Kind of like on Arabia, you have some idea, but on Desert Void it's even more. If you find the trees, you know they're there. Second game goes to LJ's of concern. I think this might be the Saracens feudal age massing archers towards castle age here. Very consistent high military numbers here for actually both Malay and the Saracens here, but Saracens still a little bit ahead to most of the upgrades. Not to crossbow surprisingly, but it didn't move out until crossbow was in, I think, so that doesn't really matter. Burgundians strong economy, yeah, for sure. Let's look at the army high 30. Yeah, outmatching the Khmer in numbers there. Khmer should be strong on this map as well, though, with the potential for a very quick straight fast castle into the appropriate upgrades. Alright, so it looks like we're going to Ninja Warrior's second home map here. We'll see what they bring us. And I need to browse through the recorded games yet again here to find the... which one it was. Game 6. No, it's 6, 5. 3. Here we go. Cenotes is coming up next. Then we start the replay while I take a quick break to grab a snack. Right back. Alright, so sorry for moving over there. I'm back here. I guess we've been clearing the TC locations. Do we have any laming action? Hopefully not. Looks like it's going to be the pre-milled rush with the Mayans for Luxman here again. Something similar to the Arabia game. I'm not hating on that. That could be very efficient against the pet with the Vietnamese here, who has been scouting the enemy side. Okay, didn't take the boar or anything, just chilling well there. Okay, so what do we have here? Byzantines, Vietnamese, Bulgarians for LTAs who concern. So Bulgarians pocket, but again, this stems back to the fact that we are have had 36 civilizations drafted here, so we'll see some unconventional civilization in the pocket. Bulgarians, they have stirrups as their unique technology. They have conics from the Greppost and castles for map control and a strong substitute for lacking paladin, so wouldn't be too discouraged by the Bulgarians' pocket pick here, together with strong flank civilizations, Byzantines on the defensive side. DCC proved some nice defensive efforts in the first and second games already, so Byzantines should suit well with the extra hit points on the buildings, and will likely go for the archers into arbalests here and add skirmishers as needed, since that's something that Byzantines have a discount on as well. If it develops into a 1 versus the sniper with the Ethiopians here, for sure DCC will consider adding some of these cheap skirmishers. So the pre-middle rush is on here for Luxman. Let's see if he'll have some damage done this time around. Some nice walling here from the pet to keep the aggression out. And yeah, of course there will be some walling needed here, some idle builder time, so I'd say the burst is still doing damage here. Bit of a scout run in down south. Looks like the sniper is... Nope, the sniper loses that one. Then DCC is left with a 3 HP scout to keep scouting the map here. Now hitting the palisade gate. I like that. Sometimes builders accidentally open palisade gates if the militia gets too close, and also it costs more wood to repair, so that's more of a loss for the Vietnamese here. On gold now for the pet, did not queue any militia or anything here. We'll just be going to the fuel age and pump out the first few archers to clean up the militia if need be. Bit of lacking scouting here for Luxman. Did lose the Eagle Scout to the Pet's starting scout, I believe, to conserve hit points on the rush for the forward here. Houses now have negative armor, so it is easier to break through them, especially in the... I don't know if it's the difference in the Dark Age and Feudal Age for houses. Let's see. Nah, same HP, but yeah, negative armor still take more damage to melee hits. Luxman realizes no damage will be happening here, and pulls the militia back so as not to be focused down by the first 2 scouts of the real hot soup here. Both pockets body cool with the Franks here, so try hard pocket save from the Ninja Warriors against Franks, Mayans, Ethiopians, just like you'd play them on Arabia as well. Papa Hepit says go LGAs. Is that because did you lose to Ninja Warriors in the group stage or something? No, in the elimination stage. I feel like this is also value for the rush to take out not just 1 but almost 2 scouts of the real hot soup. That makes life a lot easier for Badrikul. Now with 5 scouts to 2 here, a huge military lead for Ninja Warriors in terms of the pocket scouts here at this stage in the game. Oh, you lost to LGAs, okay. Ah, so you want to see the team you lost to win the finals, I see. I get it, Papa Pit. Yeah, they've been putting up a good show so far. A sniper, double ranges with the Ethiopians here, no surprise there. Spearman out just in case, and it's going to come in handy anyway because Ethiopians get pikeman upgrade instantly in the castle age. Doesn't cost them anything. Military situation dead even, the eco situation dead even. But the aggression of Ninja Warriors is one that's been on point. Let's see how that's affected the idle times here. Actually, Luxman is with the highest idle time of all here, probably because of the infantry unit micromanagement around here. That first few militia cleaning up some of the real hot soup scout, that sets him behind here. But then again, if that leads to the real hot soup producing fewer scouts total, that could mean a significantly earlier cast late for the Bulgarians here. So We'll see how the game progresses, of course, but now for the time being, the Reload Soup needs to pump out more scouts, because you need to keep up with the aggression of, or the numbers of Ninja Warriors here. Once the archer numbers increase and everything, you need to be somewhat equivalent in army numbers, otherwise you'll be looking at some very subpar fights, unless you have are able to get the next age strength advantage. The sniper now ready to move out here will not be able to hit the gold here, not be able to hit the wood line. I don't see feud launchers doing much on DCC's side. And looks like, yeah, the sniper lost the scout as well, so kind of going in blind here. We'll have to rely on the initial scouting here to see what's up. 2 vs 1, no, 2 vs 2 on the top side here now. Red, blue, green, orange. Again, Bulgarians. Wait, now the Bulgarian scouts are in the numbers against these two here. But Lepet leaving, or Real Hot Soup leaving Lepet to fight on his own here. That looked like a little bit of a miscommunication. Now they're back at it, going to chase some of other cool scouts that are admittedly weakened here. More archers for the Byzantines, but faster firing archers for the Ethiopians. Still some potential for the sniper here to take some sneak hits in hit points wise on this grey army. Oh, but this is the event I should be following here, the LG Ace of Concern breaking in on Luxman's side. Luxman again taking the beating as flank here. There are more scouts from Badrikool's side, no player whatsoever on the way to the cast stage, but LG Ace now with the aggression establishing a villager's lead here, and they have been more consistent in pumping out armies as well. 40 to 26 here total, and they're not going to let go of this aggression easily. Look at the pet staying. He's actually blocking entrance for Badrikool's scouts as well, and staying in the choke point, so the orange scouts, reinforcements will be sniped here by orange, so that's not great. But Luxman, 4 villagers down now, 6 villagers down, 7, 8. Is this going to be another game on the short side here? Well, we haven't really had short games, but now we're at 20 minutes, and Luxman has lost 7 villagers. That's more in the first Arabia game, more on the Desert Void game as well. And this game, maybe LGAs have seen through that Luxman is their go-to player to make games messy on one side. So we'll just cripple Luxman, and we won't have to deal with any 1 vs 1 on one side. Just double up on Luxman instead. Badrikool here doing good work at taking out the Bulgarian scouts here. Now left with basically only the archers here for the pet, but Luxman with the Mayans archers being severely outnumbered here with Vietnamese going up to the next stage. More hit points on the Vietnamese archers as well, so it's tougher for Badrikool's scouts even to pick them off. 8 villagers down, and a significant idle work. Look at the worker efficiency of Luxman here, it's below 10%. It's a disaster. 50 villagers garrison inside the TC. Mayans have strong economy, but they won't easily recover from this with these armies just constantly harassing Luxman's home base here. Oi. I'm not even looking at the other spots here, because there doesn't even look to be any aggression here. So just the sniper just camping out at home with the archers here, waiting for the cast stage and crossbows. Triple ranges producing Ninja Warriors behind 20 military here. All of LGA is going to the cast stage. That's something that Luxman can just dream of at this point currently. Even tasking villagers to fight these scouts, but they have +1/+1 upgrades as well, so the villagers will have a real hard time fighting that. Yet again needing to pull back to the DC. It's going to take some serious commitment from the Ninja Warriors to get back from this. Wow, DCC actually only at 17 seconds idle this time. Yeah, you're right. There hasn't been much army aggression on this side though, so that certainly makes it easier. But still, 28 seconds at 23 minutes, that's some pretty solid production compared to the other players here. Badrikul not doing a bad job either at 41 seconds here with Franks. Luxman not able to bring in resources. Worker efficiency at 1%, 0%, nothing here. Scrambling at the house for... maybe got a house or something here. Yeah, Luxman is actually going to pull away here and try to re-establish economy somewhere else, maybe to the very corner of the map. So this is the point where will the scouts try to intercept that. 3 TCs for the Bulgarians here. Bulgarians also save stone on town centers, so that makes it easier to sustain town center production and still make some aggression. A little bit of stone gating or walling here as well. Luxman doesn't really venture far. This seems scary now with Bulgarians Knights, triple stables Knights entering the field here. But I guess the Bulgarians Knights will be on this side, because here's significant crossbow mass of the sniper who has been keeping the army safe, rather than pulling them over to help out on the far side flank here, outnumbering DCC by the looks of it, but even though the score seems quite even here, it's the economy that's even. Ninja Warriors have military superiority for some reason, but LJs are playing the earlier uptimes and long-term better economies here, I think. So Franks production certainly keeping up with the Bulgarians here and going to triple some of the Vietnamese armies as well. 9 crossbows only for blue here now. So maybe the fact that Luxman is taking a beating all along has left both Badrikul and the sniper with the free boom here. Maybe LJs have been investing too much effort into setting back the Mayans here. 12 villagers killed, that is no joke though, but Ninja Warriors in fact in the villager lead here after all of this aggression in the red player space. Yeah, let's see what the real hot soup can do here. That is a dangerous fight to take with the great crossbows out of position here. That's going to be wasting quite a few of the knights here from the real hot soup. Not a good engagement at all until the crossbows can join in. Should definitely pull back and does so here. Does chase the sniper off the hill though, so that might have been the idea here. To not give the Ethiopians the hill and the hill advantage here, but it seemed risky still. That did cost the lives of quite a few knights here. I wish I would scout the top side here to see that Luxman has such exposed economy up here. This is actually a potential for recovery for Luxman over here, playing the Meso Civs so far. Mayans, Incas, Mayans seems to be enjoying those. Now with the economic efforts and the earlier calculations of LDAs are concerned here, they are taking the lead in the military numbers here now. Still falling behind in pocket cavalry production here, but establishing a presence on this hill here will be very important for the later game here for LJs. Of course, it's just a siege workshop, but any building presence here will disallow the enemy from easily camping that one out. And now just sitting on the hill with the crossbows from DCC here. Take out the cavalry first, will take out quite a few of the Ethiopians crossbows as well. Ethiopians slight numbers advantage here. And Lepet going Imperial Age here, are you kidding me? 2 TCs Imperial Age for Lepet now, going to get some, relatively speaking, earlier Arbalests here. We'll have Arbalest before, or we'll have Imperial Age just about 1 minute later, 1 minute after Luxman reaches the Castle Age. That's a dangerous mass of crossbows. 2 ranges producing, 3rd range coming up here. and additional town center to secure golden wood income as well. I think Arbalest will be a killer here on Luxman's side. It's going to wipe out so many villagers. Luxman, no villager whatsoever, so if Arbalest's run in here even alone, that's just going to end the existence of Luxman on the top side there, I think. Yeah, so Luxman reaches the castle age, but I think they're looking at the army situation, everything here. The Ninja Warriors putting up a good fight. Luxman taking the beating yet again here. Not having the greatest time here, but looks of it. But LTA is now up 3-0 here, and that's got to be demotivating for Ninja Warriors here, sadly. But let's have a look at the stats again here and see what the... well, now we know what the last map will be, right? Because there's only one map left for Ninja Warriors. We are going to see Karga from Ninja Warriors. So one of the custom maps made by my friend Tech Chariot. If I have any mods around, I'm not too sure. Is it a nickname? He's streaming as well, you know. So think that's his Twitch stream. Let's have a look. That is indeed it. So check out Tech Chariot. He made Cargo, the next map we'll be seeing here. I'll just be browsing through the rest of the stats here, and we'll move on to Cargo, Game 4. A map that likely very few of the teams knew about before this tournament, because it's it's fairly new one. We need to find Game 4 in the list. Five. There we go, there's 4. It is Cargo time. Well, have fun here. I hope the players are still... well, let's give Badrikul the... what do you call that? Purple. That's the name of the color. Cargo it is. Alright, 3 relics in the middle here. So aside from the deep fish here, which is in abundance to say the least, you want to control the water long term for relic income as well. There are some patches of gold here. Big patches, 1 tile patches, but lots of gold on them. 3,000 gold on each, and in each corner there's lots of stone. So the poles pick a given here for Ninja Warriors, of course, because poles, they generate gold when they mine stone as well. 50% auto gold income while you're mining stone. So of course poles are great for this map, and if you gather enough of that for the poles and get the castle up, get to your unique technology Slachta privileges, you'll be able to pump out knights at a 60% gold income. What a shit map, who made this? We have the map scripter himself in the chat here. Hello, Tech Chariot. So I would label this a hybrid map, I guess, because there's going to be fights for water in the middle. Too much food here, too much free food here not to fight for that. And all of these stones here could be Spanish conquistadors seen here as well, because of all of the stones. Spanish, they build any building more quickly, and they have a very nice unit in the Conquistador, a mounted hand cannoneer, so to speak, from the castle as the unique unit. So that might see play here. The real hot soup with the Bohemians. Again, so much stone on the map. It's actually going to scout the corner, I believe, and And probably going to make the unique unit as well, I think, because Bohemians, Hussite Wagons, don't mess around with that. Bohemians, however, have 100 wood discount on the University and Monasteries as well, so you could easily go monks with the Bohemians, and in the Imperial Age they even have the technology that changes the monk production cost and technology cost to food only. And imagine if you're controlling the water and have some fish traps running for the late game and you just go out pumping out Bohemians trash monks with that that kind of income. That would be something. But the players will and should of course be docking in the middle here. If they have some idea about the map, they will know that there's literally thousands of food here to be taken. You could delay farms until way into the Castle Age here, given the food source and water here. I'd be very disappointed not to see some players not docking here. Oh, and RIP, the sniper's villager seems to have lost one villager to Rhinoceros at home base here. So Battlecool with the Persians. Why Persians? Great boom. Theses and docks work faster from the feudal age onwards, which means it's easier to fight for the early water aggression with Persians. You produce the warships faster as well, and of course for the fish food income you produce the fishing ships faster as well. Add to that Persians could dock instantly because they start with 50 extra wood, so you could get the first fishing ship out almost immediately if you send the villagers down to dock and send villagers to straggler trees if there are any, and just establish an eco lead that way. Luxman doesn't seem to like fish. Oh, here we go. He's going to dock as well, as should be. What about the ECC here? Is the Italians? Italians have 15% discount on the fishing ships. So also important for Italians to control water. Add to that Italians go 15% cheaper up to the next age. So they will be a force to be reckoned with here. Papaya Pete says Italian's best tip. In this matchup, I'd have to agree because Badrikul, Persians, Luxman, Poles, and Sniper to some extent with the Tatars, they're all leaning in towards a cavalry approach. So if you pump out some Genoese crossbowmen with the Italians here, you're going to hold off against the cavalry chargers nicely. But on other accounts, pure water maps, Italians good. Open down maps, Italians mediocre. That's my stance on this anyway. Looks like we're going far away for the stone here. So the setback of going for the stone early with the poles here is that you have to move so far away from your starting location. But it is essentially free gold mining stone with the poles, so why not? I find it curious here that LJs are the only team walling for now. It's kind of an indication that the Ninja Warriors don't really necessarily feel threatened here. Yeah, the Pulse stone mining bonus is a bit questionable. I think 50% is too much as well. I think it's a reasonable bonus for the uniqueness of Pulse, but it's a little bit too much. Maybe 25% would be interesting. I think that would not be broken because you'd literally need 4 villagers on stone to mine 1 villager's worth of gold then. So, for example, maybe even 33% could work. That would be like a relic trickle or something. Second dock for the Bohemians here, going feudal age. Everyone is going feudal age actually. So the sniper actually hasn't docked, but that's the scout. Oh, I thought it was a sneak villager. I thought it was a sneak villager. It's just a house though, auto horsing around maybe. So the feudal age Rosaki, third dock for the real soup. He's going to take some responsibility for the naval aggression here, alright. The pet with the blacksmith market, presumably, with the Spanish here. Gonna go for the castle age, maybe. 2 on gold here. 30 pop total. It's a lot of food income. Gold situation not quite warranting castle age yet, though. That's not the case for any player here. So I guess they'll commit to some naval aggression here. What's the scouting like on the water? We have 3 docks for Badrikul as well, so Badrikul wants to take some responsibility for the naval fighting here. Doesn't look like the others are investing anything serious here. Italians with the first fire galley out, producing out of 2 of those. Home field advantage here, some nice repair micro from DCC here as well. Yeah, in the feudal age it doesn't really matter though, and so you could easily fight for the early water with Bohemians. I think that gold income as well, gold mining kicking in instantly, that actually leaves you with 1 villager less on gold to keep up the same production as your opponents in terms of military ships. So that's actually a reason on its own to go for the Bohemians on water, but I think any civilization could fight on water in the early game. It's just that in the late game they might fall behind. They would have the, I guess Bohemians get cannon galleons, right? So but I don't get early cannon galleons even with the Catholic chemistry. Yeah, so no fast fire ship for Bohemians, no dry dock, no ship, right? Okay, that's lacking bad in the late game then. Are those kind of even trades water here? Not going to see any land aggression just yet. However, the sniper is here with archers forward now. The Tatars will be running into stone walls here, sadly. Someone is paying tribute to the map scripter here, making his favorite structure in the whole game. And Persian's faster working docks here might not be enough here. We have the Italians here pumping out the ships. We have the Bohemians pumping out the ships as well. 16 to 13 now, but keep in mind Ninja Warriors 13 military here is also 9 archers on land. I think Ninja Warriors are losing the naval here. To be fair, Tech Chariot, we saw heavy naval investment in the higher bracket as well, but the difference being that we have multiple players investing heavily into Navy here. In that other high-level game we saw, there was mainly one player making the most of the naval army for both teams, so that's misleading here, I think. But you don't want to overinvest either, right? You want to commit into securing economy on land as well, eventually get moving. But if you control water, you could transport over and drop castles, make army, whatever. And of course you won't deny the fish of the opponent to limit the engagements to boom here. 21 to 14 military count. Eco ahead for LJs as well, obviously. The fish here, as they've killed almost all of the fish of Ninja Warriors here. They actually haven't found or reacted to the... Oh, they can't engage. That's a nice defensive move of Luxman actually with the towers here. Has been mining stone, right? The whole way. And getting passive gold income as well. Could even go Castle Age here with these resources, Luxman. And placing towers on the docks to prevent the fire galleys from engaging. You can range a lot of the wood from the water, yeah, but I guess the limit goes here or something with the Imperial Age ships. Galleys won't quite cut it here. Maybe war galleys later if you get a large enough mass, but that's certainly not worth the investment here. This is just protecting a little bit of the fish of Luxman. No big deal, but might as well use the stone while you're mining it as well. I don't think Luxman is going to struggle for stone here. It's 13 on stone! He really wants some castles up on the shoreline here, I think. Oh, do you have transport? Ooh. But no landing yet. What's that? That's Castle Age for DCC here. 5 eco kills, that would be fish. DCC making any land army? No, making naval army still here, making the galleys now. Maybe wants to deal with these towers or just snipe the fish. Yeah, took out the fish of Luxman here. huge naval investment. NJ is playing all of this on water because they have stonewalled the sides. They don't really need to worry about the right hand or left hand land aggression here now. They're controlling water. They have full control over their own side of the map now. It's all in their hands now to make a landing or make some aggression, but they're not stressing it here. They seem to have a plan for Karga after all, having seen the map and seen it as the home map pick of Ninja Warriors. All players about to reach the castle age now. We have the real hot soup, the latest of all, but with a very healthy villager and fish population as well. 52 eco units total impact. Easy is popping up.
Selam. Emriniz.
Okay, that's a farm TC. That's the most random TC I've ever seen, but it's probably also the heal. You can't really place it here, or here, or here. And I'm pretty sure that's intentional of Tech Chariot as well, to not make it easy to secure these massive gold mines with TCs. Sniper with 4 TCs booming here. It's going to compensate for losing the naval situation here. Are they setting up trade too? I think the quarters are just stone mining for everyone here.
See?
Unless they're trading on water or something, but I don't think so. Not really the time for trade yet. Fire ships. Oh, how could the fire ships actually range these towers? I mean, I guess the guard towers will still deal with it. And that castle, obviously a concern, until the Imperial Age, of course. When you can get to Cannon Galleon, this castle is not a threat anymore at all. And speaking of Imperial Age, we have the real hot soup going Imperial Age here. Do they get Cannon Galleon though? They probably do that. They're like a gunpowder civilization. And Jays have something. They have trade, you're right, Papa, a bit. Maybe they think that these small gold mines are regular gold mines, so they had to set a trade early. That could be, actually. They probably think that. They probably didn't stop to check that it's 3,000 gold on these gold mines. Spanish trade always good, of course, as well. Let's keep a little eye on the trade development here then. Here we go. 11 trade cards for the real hot soup here. Are they actually playing? I mean, technically, when the real hot soup is in Imperial Age, he could sling as well. He could sling his teammates. It's hard to make the one tiles efficient, aren't they? Much easier to make efficient. Mining camp here, mining camp there, mining camp there, mining camp there. They sure as heck are easier to both secure and lame, at least. There's a limit to how many villagers you can fit around it, of course. Oh, transport! We're going to transport the conks over. Or maybe we did already. No, not yet. I'm wondering if the Imperial Age would bring some cannon gallons here. Assuming Bohemians get them, which I don't know. But we have the trade rolling here, incredibly so, for the real hot soup. 14 trade units currently, and the conks are out. So Ninja Warriors establishing a land boom here. Badrikul, the Persians here with 5th TC going up here now, and in the middle of nowhere. What are these TCs? I guess it's the best options aside from down here. So Bohemians get elite cannon Gatling. Okay, so these castles should be going down then, these 2 castles. This might not be rangeable, but this and the towers 100% rangeable. Funny to watch boomers play this map. Yeah, it doesn't seem to. Not sure if it's going to work out well. Elite cannon galleon pipe. So elite cannon galleon should be able to reach maybe a little bit of the land structures as well. But now, for now, let's keep an eye on the conquistadors over here. Conquistadors are so annoying as well. It shouldn't come as a surprise for the Spanish, of course. Schlachta privileges in for Luxman. Maybe Luxman could just spam Poles cavalry here and deal with the conquistadors that way. The real soup is the only player trading, so maybe that's not too significant right now. Let's have an eye at the Eco KD instead. Conquistadors raiding the land. Second wave of conquistadors coming out now. 4 elite cannon galleons to take out houses, towers. One-shotting the tower probably. Oh, they're missing. So once the towers and the castle are down here, you're going to be able to reach some of the land economy as well. 13 conks and counting here, and they are going to cripple the booms everywhere. Good thing on Ninja Warriors to have theses everywhere, that limits the impact on the conquistadors in that sense. And even the archers with the heal bonus here will actually deal with small numbers of conks. They don't have husbandry, or they don't have bloodlines or husbandry, I assume, because they don't have that HP boost that these upgrades give. Elite cannon galleon. You can actually see the attack against different kinds of units here. And base accuracy 50%, that's not too crazy. Just slowly pushing back here. LGA is a concern. Complete control of the naval situation. Lepet going Imperial Age with the Spanish as well. Maybe we'll see elite conquistadors. Fortified wall for the ECC to the sides as well to further make it harder for Ninja Warriors to enter. These beasts. 3000 HP per tile of wall here. Let's have a look at the conquistadors again. Cannon galleons taking out the TC, forcing Baudricourt to relocate further behind here. And now going for the... I like that, they're going to the corners. Conquistadors going to the corners. To... Ooh. Hi, sheep. To see if there's stone mining going on. Oh, that's so many free kills for Lepet if Lepet goes to the corner here. Imperial Age for the Tatars. Even trade upgrades kicking in for LJs here. Maybe we'll see some slinging activity here, to be honest. Look at the Spanish with 149 builders total here. That's fish income, that's probably trade income. Stables going up here. Are we going to see Spanish paladins switch now? They could just delete their walls and rely on castles defense at this point. House side wagons. LJ is of concern they're having their they're having the time of their lives here. Oh, making the unique units, playing it. I mean, this is, if you don't count the naval play, this is kind of reminiscent of Lombardia games, like mauling the middle, getting trade running, which is basically unraidable. And but I like this way better than Lombardia, though. I don't like Lombardia at all. This adds another element with the fish and the relics potentially in the middle. All the Poles knights out on the field, but only 52 villagers for Luxman here, so nothing too crazy here to boost the cavalry production going on here. I don't even know how many stables we have here. Yeah, quite a few stables. This is potentially the decider game, so of course Ninja Warriors, they're going to keep fighting here. What's that? Supremacy! Are we memeing at this point, or is it actually a call to potentially defend against raids here? Lepet getting supremacy, getting conscription as well from the castles. Look at these villager stats once the supremacy get in. They get 6 stats. Extra attack, extra more hit points, more defense, I think. Let's see once it kicks in here. Should be 3 + 6 or something. +6 attack and extra defense and everything. Crazy. And the reload soup has been getting some of the monk technologies here because these villagers actually move faster. The fervor affects the Bohemians villagers. I think, no, what's that? Anyway, the upgrade that allows monks to move faster affects villagers as well. What do you mean take chariot? Are you thinking about fixed, I mean like spots on the map you could use to magically transport units from one side to another? Fervor it is, okay, yeah, thanks. Defensive castles going down as quickly as they went up here for for Ninja Warriors. Imperial Age is in for Badrikul and he's getting both Cavalier and Heavy Cavalier, so that Persian's economy is no joke here. Floating quite a bit of wood though, but not going to see any trash flows here, of course, with the outside wagons already on the field for our blue friend here. It's going to be interesting to see the trade stats after this. First side reforms for the little gold soup. Now moving forward with the Spanish trade castles here. Elite Conquistadors on this side and shit tons of stables on this side, so gonna go for some cavalry paladin raids on this side maybe. And I don't see any denying this castle going up. Too many elite conquistadors here to stop that from happening. Luxman still in the castle age as well, pumping out lots of knights here, gonna try for some raids maybe, but there are already castles in place here. And you could even make Italians Genoese crossbowmen here to get the raids out. GG, well played, winners, says Luxman, and it ends with a 4-0 here for LGA's concern. I think Ninja Warriors put up a good fight though. Lovely to see the new custom map Karga being picked by Ninja Warriors as well. And I hope they've had some fun throughout the tournament, making it to the finals after all. 4-0, it's a sweep here for LGA some concern, but certainly Ninja Warriors doesn't make it easy with the early aggression from Indus, or Luxman rather, every game, and quite entertaining to watch and cast as well, I have to say. Very peculiar or fascinating playstyle from Luxman, so good work, good game. A bit unfortunate to see the 4-0, but it is the final, so the strongest teams make it there, and one just happened to be one horse head ahead here. Let's have a look at the stats. Conquistadors paying off here, 82-32 for the Spanish here. LGA is taking the final win on Karga here. And as Tech Chariot wrote earlier, rule number one, blame the map if you lose, of course. Always the map. Bad map, said the map scripter. 160 villagers. Actually, what was the trade income like here? Trade, bro! Spanish trade. Everyone, Spanish have a bonus for trade granting more gold. If you have a full trade line, you could have some sick gold income. 9,138 gold in a 40-minute game. Says something about the early trade investment as well. Aye. So congratulations to LGAs of concern for winning the 3v3 Fighters 1250 to 1500 bracket. Hope to see you again in future tournaments. I think that's going to be it for my stream today, but if anyone has any suggestions for a raid, I'd be happy to take it. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a look at my online list to see if we can pass someone along as well. And find someone to pass you along to, rather. Oh, no, never mind. Sean has a birthday stream today. Of course, we're gonna send you to Sean. Sean on AOE with his birthday stream. Feel like I owe him that. So, thanks for watching. And see you around some other time. And say hello to Sean. Wish him happy birthday. GG. Bye-bye.